Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another video today. As you can tell by the title of today's video, we are chatting about some changes. I've changed the plan once again, and then I have a very exciting, for me, not so sure that you guys will be excited about it, but I'm excited about it, non-scale victory to share with you guys because it is quite literally the best thing ever, and I'm just so excited about it. So to start off with, I have been on the Wovi peptide cycling now for 3 weeks. 3 full shots. And that I've just kind of been sharing my journey with that here on this channel the last several weeks. I weighed in this morning at 157.6-ish pound, 0.6 or 8, one of the two pounds, which is right about what I've been weighing. So I haven't gained any weight, but I also have not lost any weight on the Wovi shots. That's kind of what I wanted to chat with you guys about today. I have decided, and I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to tell you the decision and then why I made the decision after. So I have decided to put a pause, or not pause, but kind of just end this peptide cycling and go back to tirzepatide injections. Now, why? Because the original plan, if you guys know, was for me to be on Wovi for 6 weeks to use the 6 injections that I was given as samples by my doctor, and then go back on tirzepatide after that. And let's talk about it, right? So why? Essentially, I have noticed a few changes on the Wovi that I don't necessarily care for. Number one is what I mentioned last week, which was that I do not notice as much suppression of food noise. And for me, that's the whole thing. I do not mind being hungry at all. I'm fine with that. But the food noise and the cravings and the desire suddenly again for all of these quote unquote bad foods is unsettling to me. And so I've been monitoring that the last several weeks. And like I said, I haven't gained any weight, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse the more the Mounjaro moves out of my system. And I don't like it. It's not, I've been preaching for 2 years now that all of the studies show that tirzepatide is better than Wovi or tirzepatide is better than semaglutide. And now I have real life experience, at least for myself, to share with you guys that, yeah, for me personally, the difference is night and day. And it's not just the food noise thing. The next thing that I noticed, and it clicked for me this week that's what I was experiencing, is the increase in inflammation. Oh my gosh, y'all, my fingers are so, I don't know if you can tell, but my fingers are so puffy right now, and they've been puffy for the last 3 weeks. And it's crazy. My wedding ring used to literally fall off, and now it's it's fine, but you know what I mean? I have noticed a big difference in my face. I don't know, again, if you guys can tell, but me personally, I'll be FaceTiming with my mom and I'm like, geez, my face looks huge. I just feel puffy and swollen, and I feel like my feet are swollen, my hands are swollen. I'm retaining water again, and a lot of people have talked about the benefit of tirzepatide for inflammation in the body and water retention and all of that stuff, and I never noticed how much it was helping me with all of that until these last few weeks, until I switched to Wovi, and it is just, again, night and day. I feel when I'm on Mounjaro, I have a feeling of leanness. I feel not that on Wovi. I just feel puffy, and kind of if you're a woman, you can relate to this, kind of the week before your period and the week of your period where your fingers are puffy and your face is puffy and your stomach's bloated. That's how I feel all the time. So I definitely think, and I'm gonna this has really sparked my interest. A few of you have asked me to look into the whole inflammation thing with tirzepatide, and now I really am going to do so because I've experienced it. So the inflammation and the decrease in food noise and all of that is horrible enough, but the one reason that I really, really, really want to switch back to tirzepatide right now is because I've decided that I want to hit that 100-pound weight loss goal. I was unsure for a while if it was something that I was going to strive for, but taking 6 weeks off of tirzepatide onto Wovi or semaglutide is a long time, and I know the purpose is to kickstart tirzepatide, but I'm really thinking that the 3 weeks has been enough. And my plan is not to get rid of the Wegovy that I have, because I do still have 3 more pens. I checked the expiration date on them and they do not expire until November of 2025. So I'm thinking that maybe in like August, or what we're in January. So like August or September, I could do another 3-week cycle to first off stretch out my tirzepatide stash, but also to do a little bit of another reset in September or October or whatever later in the year. So I'm not going to get rid of those. They don't expire until November. I'm going to be using them, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to waste those. That's like precious dollars, right? So that's the plan, and I'm very comfortable with that, and I'm very set in that. I also think that the increased inflammation could be the fact that I have just been, I'm not gonna lie, I've given into some of the cravings, especially like sweets, which is not something that I've ever craved before, but I've noticed that I've been eating more sweets. Oh, and so about a week ago, my husband and I went out for a little like date. It was that we actually went at lunchtime because it was the day that it was supposed to snow here in North Carolina. So we went out to lunch and then we went to Walmart and picked up my favorite candy because I was feeling like a craving for this candy. They are the Jolly Rancher gummies, okay? So I go in, I buy them, we get in the car, and I eat one, and I'm like, what the heck is this? It did not taste the same. It was so weird. It tasted less sweet. Not the Jolly Rancher gummies have a very similar taste. So like the green apple gummy tastes like the green apple Jolly Rancher, and it didn't have that like super flavorful green apple taste. It was so weird. I guess there's kids talking in the room. Let's turn that down. It was so weird. And so Chris tasted one. He was like, it tastes the same to me. And that's something I never noticed on tirzepatide. So I started paying attention to it. And over the past week, things that are higher in sugar, so even like my yogurt or like fruit, like strawberries, they all taste different to me. And I've never experienced that in the 2 years that I've been on a GLP-1. So if you are somebody that has been on Wegovy for a long period of time, or any period of time, and you've noticed that, I want to hear about it down below, because that was new for me. I even like went back the next day. I was like, maybe that day, like we'd gone out for pizza. I was like, maybe that it was the pizza. And so I tried one the next day and I was like, nope, still tastes awful. They don't taste good at all. So I'll have cravings for things, but then I don't want to eat them. It's really weird. Like I'll eat one and I'm like, well, this doesn't even taste good. So I do think it's working on the fact that it's altering my taste buds, which is something that they say can happen, especially with sweets food, that your sensitivity to sweets is less than it was before a GLP-1. So this is the first time that it has rung true for me. So I did find that extremely interesting, that all of these things, even my Italian ices, if you've been around, you know I eat one every single night. The past 3 weeks since I've been doing Wegovy, there's been more nights that I have not eaten one than nights that I have, because they just taste different. It's so odd. So I'm looking forward to having some taste back, because if I do eat like a piece of candy and I'm gonna waste like calories on it, I at least want to taste it, right? Like I at least want to know what it tastes like and enjoy it. And Wegovy is so weird for me. I know that our bodies all react differently to different things, but it's very weird. It's so strange, all of the different ways that different people react. So as always, drop down below your experience with it. Now, my goals for the week, if you remember from last week, my goals were to not eat fast food, which we did not. Holla holla. Pretty excited about that. During the week, I did not go out to eat lunch or anything like that. Now, Saturday, which I mentioned in that video, on the weekend, we always get something out one day. We went to Chick-fil-A and I had grilled nuggets. So I don't even think that was that bad. So I did that. I did hit my water goal every day last week, which has significantly helped me with my constipation in terms of Wegovy. That has been awful as well. I feel like I'm just complaining in this video. Someone's going to be like, Wow, you're negative. But I don't know, guys, Wegovy's not for me. So I've had all my water. I did 3 workouts last week, so I still fell 1 short. And then I did prioritize vegetables and had at least 1 vegetable at each meal, except breakfast every single day. So I'm pretty happy with how my goals went this week. To continue with goals this coming week, kind of the same things. I'm really trying to focus on those things: vegetables, walking, and water. Now we are supposed to get some very awful weather here. My window's actually open. Can you hear the bird? Because I got hot when I was curling my hair, but it's like 20 degrees out there right now, and it's only going to get colder. I think tomorrow the low in the morning is going to be like 5 degrees, which for North Carolina is cold. So I'm actually expecting them not to even go to school tomorrow, because they're going to say they can't run the buses or something. I don't know. They probably will. And we may get some snow as well. So with that being said, I'm going to try and get all my walking in. I actually bought a walking pad with my Christmas money from my mom, and that I'm pretty excited about, because if it's days like that when it's so cold, I can still get my steps in, or days when I'm just sitting on the couch in the evening and I'm like, well, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I could walk while we watch TV on a slow pace or whatever, and it slides under my couch, and it's amazing. I will link below the one that I bought because I'm obsessed with it, and even the kids have been using it. It's just been great. Okay, so those are my goals for the week. Kind of the same thing. I am going back to tirzepatide this week though, on Thursday. So next week's update after going back to tirzepatide should be interesting to see how my body reacts to that. So stay tuned for that one. I'm actually gonna try to go down 10 units this week. So when I left off of tirzepatide, I was at 40, and my goal is to do 30 this week. We shall see how that goes, and we'll kind of see if it made any difference with me switching from Wegovy back to tirzepatide. Okay, so for my non-scale victory, I'm very excited about this, y'all. Okay, so I have this ring. This is a ring that it's sapphires and diamonds. Can you see that? It's beautiful. It's like vintage, because when my sisters and I were all born, my grandparents on my mother's side bought us all a ring. We each have a ring. My one sister has pearl, like her center is pearl, and then diamonds around it. It's different for each kid, and it's based on your birthstone. So I'm born in September, so I have this birthstone. And so she bought these when we were babies, right? And also I was born in 1988, so like a different time. So it's like a size freaking 5. It's so tiny, and we were gifted them on our 18th birthday. So on our 18th birthday, my grandmother gave us these rings. Yeah, all of us. I was gonna say, did she die before my youngest sister turned 18? But she didn't. So with that being said, it's never fit me. Not once ever has it fit. It's tiny. It's a size 5 or 5.5 or something like that. And it's beautiful, and it slides right on. It fits. Now this is my wedding ring finger. So I'm like, that's the bad part. So it slides very nicely on and off this finger, but it does not go past my knuckle on the other hand, which is where I would wear it. Which is unfortunate, but I don't even care. Like, I am fully considering texting Chris and being like, can I please wear this ring today? And you not say anything about it. I mean, he wouldn't anyway, because I have never once been able to wear this beautiful ring that my grandparents bought me as a baby. So you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to wear this today as my ring. People will still be like, oh, she's married, right? I can't even tell you how excited I am. My grandparents on my mom's side were the most influential adults in my life. I'm gonna cry. My grandfather was the only man, no shade to my dad, he had a lot of vices and problems, but the only man in my childhood who cared about me and cared about all of us and got to know all of us and was just there for everybody always, and was the absolute best man in the entire world. And the fact that he and my grandma went and picked these rings out when we were born for each of their granddaughters and all of that, and that I can finally wear it, just means so much to me. And I hope they're both looking down on me right now like, oh, she's wearing our ring finally, that's been sitting in a jewelry box for almost 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. That's crazy. So that's my little good news for today. Also, I wanted to share that I was able to repurchase. I mentioned that I didn't think I was going to be able to check in on Orderly. So if you are I don't know if I should be saying this. This might be a glitch. Nobody come for me from Orderly. But if you have a later check-in, like my check-in was April, you can actually go in and adjust it. So if you go in and hit change your date, I thought you were only able to push your date back, like if you weren't ready to check in yet, but you can actually move it up. I moved mine up from April to January and checked in again, and the order is in the processing stage. So pretty excited about that. Somebody in their Facebook group actually are the ones that commented on it. So yeah, pretty excited. If you're with Orderly and you want to do that to get one more round in before the whatever happens, go ahead and do that. Also, if you are not with Orderly, you want to check them out, links always down below. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. This one got a little long-winded, but I guess I had a lot to say today. I hope that you guys have a great start to your week, and I will see you tomorrow. I have an interesting topic to discuss tomorrow, and I cannot wait to hear y'all's thoughts on it. So stay tuned for that. I will see you soon. Have a great start to your day, and I'm going to go bowling with my kids wearing this ring from my grandparents. Have a great day, guys. Bye.